Welcome back, my OPP members. If you're new here, come in to our channel of enjoyment. My name is Adana Edichi. Welcome. First things first, I want to say a very big thank you to everybody here. Like, you guys blew my mind. 24 hours, less than 24 hours after I posted my first video, this channel had over 50 subscribers. Like, who does that? Thank you guys. Thank you and thank you. And today is looking like it's going to be a day of Thanksgiving because I want to talk about my actual baby, the cover. So now back to the Thanksgiving part. I want to say a very big thank you to everybody who has supported me through this journey. Like, since this book came out, even up until today, people are still reading, buying, sharing, sending me reviews, and I want to say a very big thank you. Okay, so let's get to it. This book was my baby born out of boredom. I started writing it in 2017. I was bored, I was jobless, I had just lost my dad. So I was just writing the story. I never knew it was going to be a book. I was just writing stories to entertain myself and, just clear my head from all the things that I was going through at the point. So it was the people I sent it to, like Chuka, Nduka, those people, like some of these people I just mentioned, that encouraged me, like, why don't you write it this way? Why don't you put this? Why don't you put that? Nduka said, you need an editor, this one, that one. Okay. This book is about a titled, rich, influential Igbo man that is what? Bisexual. And that wasn't the mistake. Yeah, that was supposed to be the mistake because that's like a very daunting topic in Africa, in Nigeria, especially in Africa generally, because you can actually get killed for being gay in Africa, in some African countries, and being gay or bisexual in Nigeria can earn you a very comfortable room in Kiri or any prison near you. But then I took on that topic. I don't know why, but it just interested me at the point at the time. So that wasn't the mistake. The mistake that I made writing this book was I talked about sex in lewd. It wasn't even a mistake. It's just in my head, like my guilt, the guilty conscience is just walking me. I don't know why. I just can't explain why. What? Let me go. So when I wrote the book, it was actually clean as a whistle, until I sent it to Chuka. Chuka said, Adana, you had an opportunity you had several opportunities to write up, to have, how do you even put it? But it was just like, you needed to spice things up in the bedroom department. That's how I went in, hook, line and sinker, deep in, and brought out the inner freak that is in me, my inner secret identity. And then I forgot that if I published the book, my mother, my aunties, my uncles, my village people, my church people were going to read it. I did not think about it. I did not even consider them because I didn't consider that story worthy of being a book. It was when other people read it, they encouraged me to do that. So when it looks like it was going to get serious, I started writing my editor, we need to change some things. But the changes, like, I actually toned things down. If you read this book and you feel like, hey, this girl, they've got 50 Shades of Grey, you wrote 50 Shades of Grey, just know that this is the toned down version of it. When growing up, I read a lot of foreign books, Nails and Bones, Daniel Steele, Silhouettes, all those books, and I never really read African stories. Never really read, apart from like the joys of motherhood, and those ones that we read in secondary school. I hadn't read any of Chimamanda's books. I hadn't read Chinua Achebe, nothing. I didn't have any experience writing for an African audience. Everything about me had, that Nails and Bones thing going for me. So I went through, I said, spice things up. I went and brought my Nails and Bones experience and put in it. So it was when my book was in the publishers that I read Half of a Yellow Sun for the first time, and it blew my mind. If I had read that book before sending my book to the publishers, I'm very sure I wouldn't have, because Chimamanda is like who I inspire to be. She would have just knocked me off. Maybe I wouldn't have published this book. This baby won't be born. I would have aborted mission, and I'm not sure I want to. I'm not sure it would have been a good idea. Imagine aborting the baby that would one day become president. Pro-life, anyone you want to do. So, that was the mistake. I didn't consider my audience. I didn't consider that people around me were with. Okay, what do I care about these people around me? I care about my church members and my poor mother, who people now be looking at. Oh, you gave birth to a porn star. You do not raise this girl well. Or people in my church. Right now I feel like when I go to church and I'm about to receive Holy Communion, as I'm walking down the pew, the people will be looking at me. Confession. Confession. How does she know all those things that she knows? Those positions that she wrote about, how does she know about them? I just feel like that sense of judgment going on around me, which to me right now, thinking about it in this year 2021, is what I didn't say it, but then it made me not to secure some bags, like school bags. My book would have been somewhere in the curriculum. I'll be getting money selling this book. But in my good conscience, I don't want to sell this book to students. Not like that. University students don't know this, but the description is just too detailed. I don't want anybody, instead of you to be reading for your exams, you now be using my book to do one thing that is not necessary. I know I'm an wrinkle person, but I have conscience, so I didn't secure that school bag. If you have like a particular audience in mind, like I said earlier, this book wasn't written to be sold or to do anything. I was just like, let me just write it and keep. Publish only, just do e-copies, and then I was encouraged to publish the hard copies, and then I was like, okay, I'll just do 50 copies. On my birthday, I'll share to my friends. I didn't plan for it to blow the way it blew, the book launch, anything. I didn't have any single plans for it. So let's fire back to the creatives. If you're writing for a secondary school audience or university audience, if you want your book to be used in schools, there are certain things that you wouldn't write about. Or we did not read Mills and Boons in secondary school. We read Romeo and Juliet. Those were foreign books, but we had to choose Romeo and Juliet over any story published by Mills and Boons or any of those kind of Daniel Steele or any of those kind of writers. So if you're writing for a particular audience, you should do well to study them and know what they want. But then again, if you're just writing because you're a creative and you want to show the world your work, by all means, write anything you want to write. Me, I have chosen the Oringo way of doing things. I'm writing a new book. I don't even know what the title is going to be. Well, there's going to be there's one character, her name is Nena. Well, that's a story for another day. I've chosen the Omowobi way of doing things, and I'm going that way. Writing the book. To all of you who still think it is amazing, I want to say a very, very big thank you. And I want to know if you guys want me to have the cover part 2, or just no, please don't tell me to have the cover part 2. I don't think I want to have the cover part 2. I'm moving on to new and bigger things. You can write what you feel should be the end of this book. Of you should write, yeah, I think you should just write what you think should be the appropriate ending for this book. What you think should happen to, what's that girl's name? Tell me her name. If you read the book, tell me her name. The cover girl, tell me her name. And if you feel like Noni is the best thing since sliced bread, let me describe Noni to you. Like, he's my dream man. My dream man, tall, not six pack out, but 0%, not 0%, like very limited body fat, tall, dark, and most importantly, rich. What are we going to do without rich people? Yeah, so just in case you did not get that description from the book, how I wrote it, let me explain to you. He's like the Duke of Hastings if you watched Bridgerton. In fact, finer than him, richer than him, a modern version of him. Now, think about it. Okay, somebody said I laughed too much in the last video. I think this is where I limit my laughter. Okay, thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you like, you share, you subscribe, you tell your friends to join the OPP. And then, in case you don't know what Oringo is a way of life. It doesn't matter if you're in the club, if you're in a party, if you're at work, as long as you're happy inside of you, you're bubbling with happiness in your workplace, you're just there, good vibes. It's just good vibes and enjoyment. So this is what I live for. This is who I am, and that is what I want it to be. The happiness could radiate from me. Okay, I don't know. Just speaking pidgin English is not for you. Thank you for watching this video, and have a nice day.